in high definition.
And WYFF News 4 investigates tonight teachers who crossed the line with their students.
Our analysis of state records found nearly a third of all South Carolina teachers who've had their licenses revoked got into trouble for having inappropriate relationships with students.
Tonight, one former teacher who pleaded guilty to charges of having sex with one of her students is sharing her story for the first time with WYFF News 4's Tim Waller.
Well, this former teacher, Michaela Carroll, is now a convicted felon. She will never work in a classroom again. And while she disputes some of the facts of her case that made headlines 3 years ago, her story provides insight in what has been a continuing problem. Why are you doing an interview?
To, I guess, get my side out a little bit. I'm not the bad person people have portrayed me to be.
It's been more than 3 years since Deanna Roberts' name and face have been in the news.
You're a felon now.
Correct.
What's that like?
Extremely hard.
The former chemistry teacher at Tomasi Salem School lost her home, her husband, her teaching certificate after pleading guilty to having sex in her classroom with a 16-year-old student she was tutoring after school.
And I put myself in a situation that I shouldn't have been in.
While Robert disputes some of the facts of her case, she admits she crossed a line.
And I did tell him I loved him, but it wasn't a romantic love. It was, you know, it was more of a mother to son type deal.
The boy told his parents told police. Robert got 5 years probation and 1 year of house arrest, along with harsh words from parents who've confronted her.
What do they say?
That I destroyed a child's life, that I'm no good, that my children should be taken from me.
Robert isn't the only teacher who has crossed a line with their students. Since January 2011, 75 other South Carolina teachers have had their teaching certificates revoked for sex-related offenses. A WYFF News 4 investigates analysis of state disciplinary actions taken against teachers found 28% of these cases involved inappropriate contact of some sort with students. Everything from teachers flirting with students to texting explicit photos. 18% of all disciplinary actions involved actual sexual contact with students. The majority of those cases, 31%, involved teachers at upstate schools. An Easley High School teacher charged with the sexual battery of one of his students at his home. A middle school band director charged with criminal sexual conduct after contact with two 15-year-olds. An elementary school teacher accused of having sex with an underage boy at a party at her home. And the list goes on. More than a dozen cases in the upstate alone since 2011. We asked Robert, how does this happen?
Isn't it clear when you're a teacher, you don't text a student? You don't put yourself in a situation
It is.
where there's no one else around.
It is. I never had an issue with that before, ever.
Robert admits she used poor judgment and is now paying the price for her actions.
And some people will say that's what I deserve.
Do you think you deserve all this?
I made bad choices, so I have to accept the consequences for what choices I've made. But the depth of what I've had to go through, no.
Kathy Maness, Executive Director of the Palmetto State Teachers Association, says cases like these represent a very small fraction of the more than 50,000 teachers in this state. But Maness says one case is too many and says teachers who do this have no business